Maharaj, this sloka number 23, we have to. 20,
Yeah.
sloka number
22nd we
23.
finished or what?
I believe
20,
22nd. 22nd, you
yeah.
finished on 14th of April.
Yeah.
And today is 21st. So
Mm.
23rd and 24th, or then onwards.
Yeah. Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahano Bhunattu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om. Dear devotees, I think most of you know today is a very auspicious day. I think yesterday or day before we had Akshaya Tritiya. So today is Adi Shankaracharya's Jayanti, the birthday of Adi Shankaracharya. So Adi Shankaracharya is the philosopher, the embodiment of Lord Shiva, or the Shiva's manifestation, according to the traditionally people accept. Without him, the structural philosophy, whatever we are reading today, the Advaita Vedanta philosophy, we would have not got. Before the advent of Shankaracharya, the Advaita Vedanta was there, no doubt, but he gave a structural philosophy, structural outlook, the philosophical outlook, what we are seeing now, as a school of philosophy. Advaita Vedanta, nāyam, evaiṣa, we all read, that all started by him. And not only that, to establish a philosophy, your own philosophy, what you should do. For example, if you want to work in an embassy, then you have to finish your IFS services, Indian Forensic Services. Then you want to be the head of the district, then you have to do the IAS, Indian Administrative Service. So like that, if you want to establish your own philosophy, say, then what is the yardstick? Or who can do it? Whoever writes his own commentary on prasthanatrayas. Traya means three, prasthana means paths, approach to the reality. One is Smriti Prasthana, that is Bhagavad Gita, Shruti Prasthana, that is Upanishads, then Nyaya Prasthana, that is Brahma Sutra. So one has to write commentaries on these three, based on your philosophy, based on your understanding. You have to write commentaries on these three things. Then only you can establish your own philosophy. And just if you write something, it is not that acceptable. It has to, and again, three-tier approach it is there. One is Shruti. Whatever you are saying, it has to be substantiated or it has to be supported from the Vedas or Upanishads. And Tarka, logic. Well, it might, whatever you are saying, the Vedic statement, somehow you are able to find some resource, some reference, and you are able to substantiate, but it should be logical also. Second, first is Shruti, second is Tarka. Tarka is logic here. The third is Anubhava. It should go well with the experience. It cannot go against experience. So when all these 3 points, boxes has been ticked, then only your school of philosophy can be established and can be accepted. So the new way of establishing a school of philosophy based on these 3 yardsticks, how beautiful it is. So it has been the Shrutis, the scriptures, it is based on scriptures, and it is based on logic, it is based on experience also. So this is the 3-tier approach was started by Adi Shankaracharya, and subsequent acharyas have followed it. And he also institutionalized Hindu monasticism. Before Shankaracharya, monks were there, no doubt, but it was never institutionalized. So like this, Adi Shankaracharya gave a lot of contributions for the India, for the Hinduism. And there were also some conflicts between worshippers of God. The Shaivites, I mean, not fighting and all, I mean to say, the Shaivites, they used to feel they are great. Vaishnavas, they used to feel great. Ganapatyas, means the worshippers of Ganapati, they used to feel they are great. Then Sauryas, the worshippers of sun god, they used to feel great. So he brought intra-harmony. So if you take any traditional Vedic rituals or Vedic worship, there we say Shadaitana Puja. So Ganesha, Shiva, Vishnu, Surya and Devi, irrespective of whichever god you are following, main god, initially you have to worship all of them, one by one. Afterwards, then whichever your main deity of the worship, it may be Shiva, Durga, Kali, Rama, Krishna, Narsimha, anyone, any other god is a main deity, you can take that worship. So he brought intra harmony among Hinduism itself. And there were so many unwanted things about monasticism. There were unwanted ideas about philosophy. All these things he removed and he gave a beautiful structure for Hinduism as well as the Vedanta philosophy. So being his birthday today, I thought just I will discuss little about Shankaracharya. Without that great man, probably today would not have studied this, we would not have discussed. Well, you may say, if not Shankaracharya, someone might have come and done. Yes, maybe we can't deny it, but at least he has done. We should accept and we should definitely accept his contributions, and we should also offer our salutations and we should recognize his contribution. All right. Nāyam ātmā pravacanena labhyah na medhayā na bahunā śrutena evaiṣa vṛṇute tena labhyah tasyaiṣa ātmā vṛṇute tanūm svām. Nāyam ātmā pravacanena labhyah. Ayam ātmā pravacanena na labhyah. If you want to really understand through Sanskrit, it is called anvaya, means breaking the words and we put in a prose form properly so that we can understand. Ayam ātmā pravacanena na labhyah. This Atman. Which Atman? This Atman means why? Because for a long time we are discussing about that Atman or Brahman, consciousness. That Atman or this Atman, pravacanena na labhyah. Here pravachana means, generally it is also used in most of the Indian vernacular languages. Pravachana means what? Lecture. Then, so generally people think, oh, Atman is not available for lectures. Then why Swamiji is giving lecture and why should we attend this lecture? Yama himself has said, Upanishad himself is saying why Swamiji is giving lecture and why should we attend unnecessarily. Instead of that, we can see some dharavahis probably, or we can watch some movies, or we can do something else. Swami himself is going against Upanishads, which is teaching. No. Here pravachana means it is not the lecture here. Here pravachana has to be taken contextually is adhyanam or chanting. Mere study, mere chanting the Vedas. Because in the olden days, most of them had to study Vedas, has to learn by chanting, by heart. So by mere studying, by mere chanting, learning the chanting of the Vedas, it is no use. Or even any scripture for that matter. Pravacanena ayam ātmā na labhyah. So na labhyah you have to add everywhere. Na medhayā means medhayā ayam ātmā na labhyah. Medha means intelligent. If you are an intelligent person, so your IQ level is 70%, 80%, 90%, say, then Atman is available. No. They are saying that, oh, okay, then I should be happy because I am dull-headed. People say that, then anyhow, then I may be getting Atman. In that sense, no. Here medhaya means not the intelligent. Here medhaya means memory. One has got spectacular memory. For example, earlier there were called Chaturvedis. Nowadays Chaturvedi is only surname actually. He might not know even one mantra of the Veda actually. It is only surname. So Dvivedi, Trivedi, Chaturvedi, surnames you might have heard. So Dvivedi means his person, his family people or one or two people in their family, they had mastered 2 Vedas. Trivedi means 3 Vedas. So Chaturvedi means he had mastered all the 4 Vedas. So probably, if not all, mostly he would have he had memorized all the Vedic mantras with the intonations. So he remembers the 6 Vedangas, Nyaya, not Nyaya, Shiksha, Kalpa, Vyakarna, Chandas, Jyotisha, and Vedas. He has battered everything, he has memorized everything. Even so, you may not get the ātmā. So here the intention of the yama is not that you should be intelligent, you should not be intelligent, you should not memorize them, you should not study the Vedas or any scriptures. No. By just memorizing them, by studying them, you are not going to get the ātmā. By studying, of course, without studying, we don't understand who am I intellectually. That is the first step. But if you stop there, then you are not going to experience the ātmā. That's what it is. Now, bahunā śrutena. When I joined in the monastery, I used to see there are few devotees. They used to come very religiously. Every day prayers they used to come. Every lecture they used to attend. After prayer and lecture, what they talk, oh my dear, do not ask. Okay. So navona śrutena means by hearing time and again, one may not be able to realize the ātmā. Yam evaiṣa vṛṇute tena labhyā means it is attained only by the one who chooses the self with undivided devotion. I want the self and self alone. To give this stress, actually the first line has been spoken. First line is not important in the sense, the second line is what important here. Who can attain ātmā or who can experience the consciousness? If you ask, yam evaiṣa vṛṇute tena labhyah, who has made his primary goal as self-realization. We do meditation. Why? If not all, some of you or some of us. Why? Because if I do meditation, my mind is calm. By mind is calm, what happens? Then I'll be able to work properly, or I'll be able to maintain family relationships properly, or I'll be able, my physical health and mental health will be good. And nowadays they are speaking, by meditation, your skin glow will be nice. You will look young. So meditation is meant for any of them? No, meditation is meant for something else. Well, all these things are included, no doubt, but the primary goal of meditation is different. So similarly, I also study Vedanta. Why? I'm interested. Or it is like it helps me to calm down my mind. Probably it helps me to handle my stress. Fine, all these things are fine. It is good. It is a good way of thinking using the Vedanta. But Vedanta is not meant for that. Vedantic teachings are not meant for that. One who makes the Vedanta or the self-realization as the primary goal, vṛṇute tena labhyā, for such person, tasyaiṣa ātmā vṛṇute tanūm svām. To such a seeker, the self reveal its nature. I want self-realization alone. Who makes self-realization as a goal, and not only he makes, he works for it. He strives for it. For such a person, self-realization is possible. This is what the Yama is trying to tell. So who can understand ātmā? Who can experience the ātmā? If you say one who wants that alone or as a primary goal. Okay, then the question might come, Swamiji, you are a monk, you are in the monastery. Okay, we are all householders. We are in the family. We have got family responsibilities. We have to work and whatnot. Then what about that? So when we say this type of statements, Vedanta is not undermining your responsibilities. Vedanta is not asking you to neglect your responsibilities. No, not at all. Then that should be our secondary goal. The primary thrust, the primary importance should be ātma-jnana prapti. So spiritual life or attaining Brahman, it should be your primary goal. Then attaining money, having worldly pleasures to in a certain amount or in a calculated amount and etc. That can be your secondary goal or tertiary goal. So one who makes that and one who strives that, for such a person, Atma Gnana is possible. So intense earning is being told in this shloka. So it is nothing but tīvra mumukshatvam, burning desire. For example, I was traveling or I'm in the house. Suddenly, the fire catches and the fire also falls on my head. My hairs are getting burnt. What do? I don't bother about anything else. Just I will try to get water. I will try to find water so that I can stop this fire on my head. And such time, we don't think anything else. Everything will keep it aside and just will think about it. So such type of intense desire, tīvra vakulata, if you can get for Atmagnana Prapti, the intense desire for having experience of Brahman, then for such person, you will get Brahmagnana. That has been told in a poetical way. Who intensely desire for Atman, so Atman selects him. Atman selects him it means what? Oh, Atman is also partial. Just like saying that if you replace the Atman in the God, who can get God realization? Who can experience the God? Whoever God selects, whoever God chooses, he gets God realization. Or Bhagavad Darshana, Ishvara Darshana, if you say. That means God becomes partial, Atman becomes partial. So God selects or Atman selects here means what? One who wants God and God alone. One who wants Atman and Atman alone. All others are secondary and tertiary. For us, God alone should be the primary goal, or the Atman should be the primary goal. The best example can be taken from Mahabharata. Arjuna went to seek the help from Lord Krishna. Duryodhana also went to seek the help from Lord Krishna. Both were sitting. Most of you, I suppose, most of you know the story there. So both of you, they were waiting and Krishna was making a prank. I mean, he was just making a fun. He was as if like sleeping. He was lying down. Then after some time, he got up and he saw first Arjuna. Though Duryodhana had come first, but he saw Arjuna first and he said, Arjuna, what made you to come here? So what you want, please let me know. Then before Arjuna expressing his desire, his prayer, Duryodhana said, oh my dear Krishna, I came first. You should be, logically, you should do first come, first serve. You should ask me. Krishna said, maybe, that may be true, but I saw Arjuna first, so I'm asking Arjuna. So he is prioritizing. Why he is prioritizing Arjuna? Because Arjuna was his great friend. Arjuna was his great devotee. Now, how to understand? Is it not imagination? No. By the action, it is once more proved. When Krishna asked, what do you want? Then Krishna himself says, okay, if you are come here to ask help for the Kurukshetra war, then please listen to me. I will be one side and 11 Akshohini Sainya. One Akshohini Sainya runs for few lakhs actually. Few lakh soldiers, then with the weapons, well-guarded weapons, then chariots, then elephants, then horses, all these things put together, it runs with 100, 200, 300,000. 300,000 at least. 3 lakhs you can say. So 11 Akshoni Sainya, one side, and I will be one side. Now you select Arjuna. Whom do you want? Any one of us, generally people will say, oh Krishna, you are only one person. And Krishna has said, I am not going to fight. I am standing, that's all. I will be there as a witness. I am not going to fight. I will be there one side, and the other side will be my 11 Akshoni Sainya. Whom do you want? So any person, generally we all, by logic, we take 11 Akshohini Sainya because number also matters in the war. Arjuna, what did he say? Oh my dear, if you are there, that is more than enough for all of us. So we want you and you alone. Krishna says, Arjuna, I am not going to fight. I am telling you very seriously. Don't take it lightly. I am not going to fight. So are you missing? Do you want to miss 11 Akshohini Sainya? Arjuna said, yes, my dear Krishna, I don't have any dual mind. I am clear. Then Krishna said, all right, your prayers, as your prayer, let it be so. Then he turns towards Duryodhana now. Duryodhana, what do you want? Then Duryodhana now, he wanted that only. Duryodhana, but as if, what to do? My younger brother Arjuna wants you. Then I have left with no other option accepting this 11 Akshayani Sainya. Let me take 11 Akshayani Sainya. But inside his heart, he was very happy. And he was also thinking that Arjuna is number one fool. What this Krishna alone can do, where I will be able to win the war with 11 Akshayani Sainya. Now you see, Arjuna selected Krishna in spite of getting 11 Akshayani Sainya, 11 the soldiers, which runs probably few lakhs, 21 lakhs soldiers are the most we can say. Approximately, I'm saying, of course, 20 lakh soldiers with horses, chariots, and weapons, and elephants. So here, yame vṛṇute vṛṇute tena labhyo. When you say, I want God and God alone, I want self and self alone, this type of vyakulata or this type of tīvra mumukshatva, when you get it, you will get ātmā. Why? If that intense desire for self-relation when it comes, then we will start working for it. I want a job, otherwise my life is at stake. Then we think, we work. Most of us, if not all, we will get obsessed with that. Day in and day out, we think and we work and we struggle. So similarly, if we get this tīvra mumukshatva, automatically shamadamadi shatka sampatti, nitya vastu viveka, yamutra palabhogadi viraga. The other three prerequisites also will come actually. So mumukshatva is very, very important. Intense desire for liberation is very, very important. So to make us understand in this sloka, this has been told. nāvirato duścaritān, nāśānto nāsamāhitaḥ, nāśāntamānaso vāpi prajñānenainam āpnuyāt. Na āvirato duścaritān. Again, this is also very important and very beautiful sloka. Sometimes people think, speak very big statements, but their conduct will be very contradictory. So much so that they will be speaking of Vedanta and they will doing all nonsense. No, you may be spiritual. You might be thinking that you are spiritual. Without ethics and morality, spirituality cannot withstand. That has been told beautifully in this 24th mantra. So ethics and morality, to become a real human being in the right sense, human being in the right sense, or to get a civilized society, and even to be a spiritual person or to be a religious person also, ethics and morality is the base, no doubt. If you want civilized society, ethics and morality should be the base. Without that, no technology, no money, no power can build the civilized society. So nāvirato, na āvirataha means one who has one who has not turned away from bad conduct. One who has not turned away from bad conduct means what? One who is not doing good things. Then na śāntaha, one who has not controlled over his mind, one who doesn't have equiposed mind. Na aṣāntaha. Then na nāsamāhitaḥ, nor one whose mind is not concentrated, integrated. Here nāśānto can be said like this, whose sense organs are wandering actually. That is more precise. And nāsamāhitaḥ means one whose mind is not concentrated. Nāśāntamānaso vāpi, then whose mind is terribly restless. Prajñānenainam āpnuyāt. So none of these people can attain the self through mere knowledge. Prajñānenainam āpnuyāt. Na. So prajñānena means he is a very intelligent person. He is well read. He knows shastras. He knows scriptures. He knows essence of all the scriptures, and he can verbatimly quote them. He can write beautiful lectures. Write articles. He can speak eloquent speeches. But his mind is not under control. He is not following ethics and morality. He is a very fickle-minded fellow. And he is unable to control his mind or desires and sense organs. If so, then such type of knowledge will not come into his rescue. So that has been told in the 24th mantra. So it is nothing but, again, one more, like Shamadamadi Shatka Sampatti and Hiyamutra Palabhogadi Viraga has been given actually. In the earlier sloka, 23rd month sloka, Tivra Mumukshatva was stressed. Here, Ihamutra Palabhogadi Viraga and Shamadamadi Shatka Sampatti is been stressed here. So, Ihamutra Palabhogadi Viraga means I don't want the pleasures, the worldly pleasures or the above worldly pleasures. Then Shamadamadi Shatka Sampatti is what? 6 disciplines which helps to control our body and mind and sense organs. So both, if without that, no self-knowledge is possible. Many times we think, I keep on hearing Vedanta, I keep on studying Vedanta, or I'm going to ashram and I'm trying to meditate, I'm trying to do japa, etc. By all these things, but still, why I am not able to progress in spiritual life? Or why the progression is very, very less? Why the progress is not quicker? Why it is becoming hard? Why? Because these prerequisites are lagging in us. It can be compared like this. There's a big field, and a farmer is adding the water actually. Is allowing the water to get in so that he can get the crops. But how much ever water he puts, in no time the water is getting dried up. Once or twice everyone can understand, because initially the land will be dry, it will suck up a lot of water. But again and again he's seeing it is happening, same thing more or less. Why he was thinking. Then he called one person and he asked to check what is the problem. Then he goes in and around his farm place and he finds there are few holes, very big, quite a few big holes. As a result, whenever the water has been allowed to run in the field, in the farmland, the water was seeping into that big holes, pit holes or big holes, and water was getting wasted. Then what to do? Until otherwise you close these holes, then the water wastage will be maximum. The same thing, our desires, restlessness of the mind, and sense organs going out, and uncontrolled life, uncontrolled mind, uncontrolled sense organs, uncontrolled emotions, all these things are taking away our energy. And without having these controls and all, self-knowledge will not be of much avail. Means whatever it is supposed to give the results, it doesn't give. Yeah, so here he is speaking 4 things actually. One is duścarita. Duścarita means misconduct. Then aśantaḥ, sensory restlessness. Then asamāhitaḥ. Samāhita, asamāhita. Samāhita means we know, focus. Asamāhita means lack of focus. Then nāśāntamānaso means mental agitation. If our mind is terribly disturbed, agitated, then we cannot meditate. We cannot think about who am I. 2 or 3 weeks before here, after our evening prayers and meditation, guided meditation, then then we were preparing for food. Then I asked the devotee, how did you feel this new type of meditation? She, of course, she was sincere enough. She said, Swamiji, I am sorry, I was not here. Physically she was there, but mentally she was not there. Why? There was some problem in her house, so her mind was agitated. She said, Swamiji, in the guided meditation session, I went mentally to my house. My mind was agitated. Really, I couldn't follow. I couldn't really hold my mind and meditate. This is a common, experience with most of us. So until otherwise, calming down the mind, calming down the sense organs, and following the right conduct. Without this, no spiritual practice, spiritual progress is possible. God realization, self-realization is much more far. This has been told in the 24th mantra or 24th sloka. So if you see, actually, in the Ashtanga Yoga is meant for to develop these values. Yama and niyama is what? It helps to develop a moral life, ethical life, and control over mind and sense organs. More or less, the yama and niyama is what? In the Vedanta, shama and dama actually. Then asana, pranayama, pratyahara. It helps to develop control over sense organs. Then dharana, dhyana, samadhi. it controls, it helps to control the mind. Not only controlling the mind, it helps to fix the mind in a place, in a particular object. So without them, no samadhi, no concentration or the atma is possible. And if you see here, actually, 23rd and 24th sloka, they spoke of sadhana chatushaya sampattihi, the 4 prerequisites for the Vedantic study, again as a reminding Emma. Actually, Emma was discussing the Atma Lakshanas actually. If you are following the earlier slokas, you should be able to connect with my sentence. Last 2100, if you see, he was speaking about the Atma Lakshana, the characteristics of Atman. Suddenly, he took a detour. In the 22nd and 23rd mantra, he, 23rd and 24th. In the 23rd and 24th, he spoke once again the prerequisites for Vedantic study or for spiritual experience. In the 23rd, actually, he spoke of divine grace and the deep longing. And in the 24th mantra, he spoke of self-discipline. Without both, we can't get the God realization or self-realization. All right. Yasya brahma cha kṣatram cha ubhe bhavata odanaḥ mrittir yasyopasešanam kayitta veda yatra saha. This is also very highly poetic and symbolical in the meaning. To whom the brahmana and the kshatriya are but the food, and for whom even death is like the seasoning. Who can truly know where that self is? Yasya brahma cha kṣatram cha. To whom the both Brahmin and the Kshatriya, ubhe bhavata odanaḥ, both become as mere cooked food. So Brahmana and Kshatriya are just like a cooked food for him, it seems. Then mrittyur yasyopasechanam. Upasechanam is pickle actually. Pickle or sauce or seasoning, you can say. For whom Brahmana and Kshatriya are food, main dish, and the side dish like a pickle or seasoning, any seasonings, is what? The death. The death itself is a seasoning for whom? Kayitta veda yatra saha. Who then knows where he is? It is highly poetical, symbolical. For whom Brahmana and Kshatriya is main food, for whom the death is a seasoning food or a pickle or a side item, then who knows where he is? When we read this type of mantras, everything goes above. Yeah, everything becomes very abstract actually. So we have to think little. Here only Bhashyakaras, commentators will come to our rescue. To whom Brahmana and Kshatriya are but food means what actually? So Brahmana and Kshatriyas, and from the angle they are speaking here is, the Emma is trying to speak is, Brahmana and Kshatriyas are protectors of dharma. Brahmana, he studies, he follows in his life and he teaches. And Kshatriya is trying to protect the law, protect the righteous people and punishing the wicked people. So he's trying to establish the dharma, establish the ethics and morality. From that angle, Brahmana and Kshatriya is told. It doesn't mean that only Brahmana and Kshatriya has been given importance in the Vedas, but not others, no. So Brahmana and Kshatriya is also told in a symbolical way. So you can take Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra are taken as food. Means every human being is taken as food. Then the death is what? The death is taken as pickle. Here death means what? Death is an event. How death can be as a pickle? Here death means what? Here it is time. So time is consumed as a pickle or a sauce. So basically, the Atman or the Brahman is the cause for the pralaya has been told actually. That philosophical concept has been told in this poetical way. So from this actually vairagya can be developed. If you really seriously, deeply, if you think this sloka, this mantra actually, then vairagya should increase for us actually. The detachment, if not vairagya means here, not renunciation, rather probably the better way of putting is what? Detachment. Detachment should increase. So here the metaphor for the cosmic dissolution or the pralaya has been spoken by the Yama. So Yama is trying to tell Srushti Sthiti Laya Karanam Atma. Atman or the Brahman or the consciousness is the cause for the creation, sustenance and also for the dissolution. All the three are in Brahman. Atman is not in the world is in Atman. The creation, the process of creation, the process of sustenance, the process of dissolution, whatever you say, all the three is happening in the Atman. That's where we say the world is nothing but the projection or manifestation, we say. Manifestation or projection. That has been told here. So from the Atman principle, the whole world has been aroused. And you can replace the Atman probably from the God, Ishvara if you take, then Ishvara means not the Ishvara, Shiva. Here Ishvara means to say Saguna Chaitanya, Sopadika Chaitanya, the consciousness with Upadi. So that is what Ishvara. Sopadika Chaitanya, if you replace, it makes sense. Or we are also studying on alternative Saturdays, we know Chandi, for an example, Durga Saptashati. There we know the Brahma praises the Divine Mother. You are the cause for the sustenance, you are the cause for the creation, and you are the cause for dissolution. God is the cause for creation, maintenance, and dissolution. We understand. So this now from Vedanta is telling consciousness is the cause for creation, consciousness is cause for the sustenance, and consciousness is also cause for the pralaya, that is dissolution of the universe. So that it is responsible for a pralaya has been told in a poetical way as mrityu so upasechanam. The death is like a seasoning or a side dish for the Atman. So means again, if you go deeply, actually, the time is integral part of the creation. Still, I remember for a long time I was thinking why we are unable to say, why Vedanta is unable to say when the creation started. Some 24-25 years before story I'm telling you. There was a lot of discussions that happened with some monks and all, but though they tried to explain, but I was not convinced. I had heard and kept quiet. One fine day, I think afternoon or maybe late night actually, 10:30 in my room, we used to, 2 or 3 brahmacharis used to stay in one room. So we were staying, 2 brahmacharis were there along with me, and I was lying down and I was reading Swami Vivekananda's lectures. So while reading, suddenly without unconsciously, oh, I got my answer, saying that I jumped out from the bed. The other 2 brahmacharis got feared and happened. What happened to this fellow? Why is he jumping out of the bed? And he's saying he found out. Then slowly they came and they asked, are you okay? Is there any problem with you? Why did you jump from your cot? And why are you shouting like this? It all happened in few seconds, no doubt. Then I came to my senses and said, sorry to disturb you and make you worry. A question was haunting my mind for a long time. And today, Swami Vivekananda's lectures on Vedanta while studying, I got the answer. So I couldn't control my happiness. So that's the reason I jumped. I said sorry. So there Swamiji also in one of his lectures on Vedanta, he speaks beautifully why we cannot say when creation started. Why? Because the time is also part of creation. When creation started, the time also came into existence. If we have to say Big Bang theory and so many theories are trying to come from science and they're saying 10,000 years, 15 billion years, they are all saying that. That's all fine. But really, logically speaking, according to the Vedanta, we cannot say when it has started. That's where we say Srushti is anadi. It is beginningless because we know that we cannot say it. Time is part of creation. Space is also part of creation. Where did creation start? If you ask, we cannot tell. Where creation started and when creation started, both is impossible to say logically. Why? Time and space is also the part of creation. When creation started, time came into existence. So if you have to say when, then time should pre-exist before the creation. But it is not so. It is post-creation actually, or rather simultaneously you can say. So hence you cannot say where creation started and when creation started, you cannot tell. So time is in the creation, part of creation. So the time and space is also inside the Atman, according to the Vedanta. So that has been discussed in this 25th mantra. So Atma is, if you say, Desha, Kala, Srushti, Sthiti, Laya, Karana. Atman is responsible. Atman is cause for time, space, creation, sustenance, and the dissolution. That philosophical concept has been put in a metaphorical way or in a poetical way in the 25th sloka. Now, if you see, in the first valley, actually, after the story of the Nachiketa and his father story, finally it started with the three boons. Then he asked about Atma Vidya, and Yama tried to tempt him, and but Nachiketa was very firm enough. He was determined. So by that, the Upanishad is trying to teach, if you want to Brahma Vidya, what type of mindset you should have. Any type of pralobhana, we say in Sanskrit, any type of desires might come. It might try to pull down your mind. You should be strong. You should have a strong determination, strong willpower, iron will, so that then only you'll be able to realize the God or experience the self. Then after, because of the third question on posed by Nachiketa, Yama started explaining what is Brahman or who am I. And in the second subchapter, second valley also, more or less he described the nature of the Atman, and also in between he also discussed about the sadhanas, about the Atman and the importance of Guru and importance of the qualities of the ideal student and the ideal teacher. All these things were discussed. In the next chapter, this is the end of the second chapter. In the third chapter, again about the Atman or a Brahman, they will discuss, and also a few other things will be discussed in the third chapter that we shall try to see in the next class. Third chapter. Maybe first chapter, the third subchapter, you can say. That is a better way of putting it, actually. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Tat Sat Shri Rama Krishna Arpanamastu. Yeah, if you've got any questions, I'll be happy to answer.
Pranam Maharaj. Maharaj, the question is regarding with it's a relation to the meditation point that you raised, Maharaj. When is the absolute right time to have any sort of meditation? For example, why I got this question is, can I meditate after my mind and sense organs are fully indulged in the work and I'm totally tired? That's not the right time, Maharaj.
Okay, you are tired. With the tired mindset, can I meditate?
Yeah, my senses and my organs are completely in and utilized in the work. I was fully occupied, and after that work time, can I meditate? Can I do a meditation?
Definitely. If you can meditate, definitely you can do it.
Best results.
I mean, if you can do it, yes. I mean, I always wonder Swamiji's definitions on few things always. Swamiji defines the rest as change of work is called rest. Say you are cooking, okay? Now you stop it and you are going and you are working in the garden. So according to Swami Vivekananda, it is a rest actually. Then again you go and you start doing some business work. Then it is a rest according to Swamiji. So if we can go to that state, if we can train ourselves and train our body and mind to that state, so you have worked for 8 to 10 hours, 12 hours, until otherwise there's a lot of physical exertion. If not, then definitely you can come and withdraw your mind or sense organs from the world and your work, and you can concentrate, fix your mind, on the God or on the self, you can meditate, no doubt, if you can do it. But if you feel, no, I'm exhausted, I don't have any more energy, etc., then if you feel, then definitely you have to relax and to have some maybe light snacks or something. Little, you take some time to relax your body and mind, calm down, then hear some bhajans, do some readings, and have some good thoughts, thinking. Then prepare your body and mind. Then it is better to practice meditation. This is what generally it requires. For example, you are working in office, you came back to home, immediately can I start a meditation? If you can withdraw your mind to the greater extent, yes, but it might not happen with most of us. Then come, wash your face, sit and relax. Maybe if you have got a habit of taking something, then have a light refreshments or maybe a cup of milk or a coffee or something. Then try to read few pages from Gospel of Ramakrishna or any other scriptures, books, or you hear some good bhajans, good some music. Try to calm down your mind, relax bit. Then you start japa meditation. That I think that brings more qualitative meditation, I think.
Thank you, Maharaj.
Yeah.
But by breathing control also is possible, Maharaj. Breathing
Sorry?
control. Suppose I'm exhausted and I come back and I decide to sit quiet for some time, blank, just to quieten the mind. That
Yeah,
yes,
if you
I
can do
have
it,
to
fine.
switch off because mind is one, so I have to switch over the mind from this to this. So in between that bridge, if I can make quiet, and is it possible? Is it the right way of thinking?
Yeah, definitely it is good, no doubt. Provided, means when you say I'm sitting simply, means externally you are not doing anything, no doubt. But internally, if your mind is doing world tour, then it is not so.
No, I told initially breathing control. Breathing control has to be done. So that is the key actually, possibly. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. All right. No other questions, I suppose. We'll take a new subchapter next time. When did creation begin? Same thing can be thought for dream. Yeah, in the dream also, we do not know when it started actually. We assume 5 minutes before, probably when your dream broke. Based on your experience, you may say, oh, it happened 5 minutes before or 10 minutes before it started, like that. You say actually, but really you cannot say that. Because, say, for an example, you had an experience from Geneva, you traveled to Dublin. You traveled to Dublin, came to Vedanta Center. Now I know that next month you are coming to attend a Vedanta retreat. Last year also you attend Vedanta retreat. So similar that experience based on your memory, attending Vedanta retreat, talking with some devotees, talking with monks and hearing something about 13th chapter, all these things happening, then alarm rang and your dream broke. Then you were trying to understand how much time did I dream. You might feel 5 minutes, you might feel 10 minutes, you might feel 20 minutes, we do not know. But coming relatively, if you speak, coming from Geneva to Dublin itself takes just flight journey itself 2 or 2.5 hours. Then coming there and getting out and going to Drahida, then meeting people, getting into a room, then attending lecture, all will take, if not less, half a day or a day. But definitely we know that that much time has not been taken in the dream. So the time in the dream and the time in the dream state and the waking state, it doesn't tally there. And also exactly you can say, exactly we cannot say when really the dream started in my mind, in my sleep. Yeah, that is also true.
And also maybe
Swamiji,
regarding the go ahead. Sorry.
no, I was
Yeah,
only,
Rajesh.
sorry, Swamiji. I was just making a point that just like time elapsed in the dream is something we understand. Similarly, modern science, when they say the universe is 15 billion years old,
Mm.
it is they're able to measure, or at least there is a way to contemplate time after creation.
So it is not saying when it is created, but you can measure the time after the Big Bang or after the first creation.
Yeah, fine. I mean, with all due respect, it is in hypothetical state, isn't it? It is a hypothesis. Is it been proved, I mean to say?
No, it is not. But it again, even modern science, they don't say when the creation has happened. They only are able to measure time after creation, which is possible even in the Vedantic thinking, because when we say what existed before creation,
Hmm.
what we are measuring is the time after creation. So Atman might have pre-existed creation, but time that is measured is after time started, after creation.
Okay, after creation started. Okay, you can. But when creation started, we do not know. After the creation started, what is the time length? If you ask, it is 15 billion years, you are saying, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Fair enough. Yes. But when really started, we do not know.
Yeah, we don't know.
Yeah.
But after it started, we know it's 15 billion years.
Yes. I mean, till it is disproven or till proven otherwise. Yeah, but it's a good way of exploring or understanding, no doubt. 15 billion years, we can say, no doubt, at right now. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, that's
I
when you
was
wanted to add something.
mentioning, yeah, regarding the exhaustion that I don't remember who mentioned. Somebody mentioned that the exhaustion is heavier when the identity is associated to the task more. I feel like even so that is I think you mentioned in one of the classes the story of, I don't remember, also the student of Vivekananda who was working carrying people across the mountain and coming back every day, and then also he was able to meditate intensely. So
Yeah, Swami Kalyananji. Yeah.
yeah. And so
I mean, 2-3 things. If you enjoy your work, if you don't take the work as a burden, and if you enjoy the work, look, 8 to 10 hours you are standing and working, there will be physical exertion, no doubt, but the mental exertion and emotional exertion will be minimal. If so, then the exertion point will be less actually. So we should start enjoying the work, whatever we do. That is the first and foremost I keep telling people. First part. Second thing is, as you said, where is our existence lying? Our connection is more towards body or towards emotions, towards mind, towards the self. That also plays a pivot role in our feeling of exertion, in feeling of distraction, in feeling of concentration actually. The more and more our mind gets connected with the grosser things, then all these ups and downs is quite common. The more and more it gets refined and refined, and it gets connected with more and more finery things, then the necessary of rest will be minimized actually. Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah. All right.
Thank you, Swamiji.